I deleted every NBA player above an 80 overall, meaning that role players are about to take over the league. For example, you look at the Philadelphia 76ers. Kelly Oubre Jr. is their new best player. For the Bucks, 75 overall, Grayson Allen is their best. Of course, Caruso's the best on the Bulls. The Cavs have Karis LeVert. You've got the Clippers. They've got some solid role players, so they could be really good in this video. The Grizzlies have a bunch of decent bigs. The Hawks have DeAndre Hunter and Onyeka Okongwu. Playoff legend Caleb Martin is there for the Heat. The Hornets might actually win something in this video. The Jazz have 380 overall, so they'll definitely be a force in this as well. The Kings look pretty solid. The Knicks have 280 overalls with Josh Hart and Emmanuel Quickley. The Lakers, they've got a couple guys. The Magic, Markelle Fultz is going to be their best player. The Mavs are kind of bad. The Nets, maybe we see Cam Thomas take over. For the Nuggets, maybe we see Christian Braun take over. The Pacers look good. 380 overall players. Pelicans look kind of mid. The Pistons, they've got Jaden Ivey and Jalen Duren, also James Wiseman and Marvin Bagley. Decent team there. Raptors look kind of mid. Maybe the Rockets could make some noise. What I'm seeing with this is a lot of these young teams might have more of a chance in this video now that some of the established stars have been removed from the league. Maybe we'll see a Scoot take over in Portland. Maybe we'll see a Kevon Looney take over in Golden State, or maybe Corey Kispert will go crazy. But around the All-Star break, we found out who was taking over the league, and Markelle Fultz was an All-Star captain, so was Christian Wood. These are All-Star teams you would probably never see in real life, but now with all of the top stars removed, you have guys like Christian Wood and Markelle Fultz just getting a ton of buckets. And for Christian Wood, I think it makes a lot of sense. He's a really good offensive player. So is Markelle. But at the end of the season, it was Kelly Oubre Jr. winning the MVP of the league. He did score a lot with the Hornets, so that kind of makes sense. You got Scoot winning Rookie of the Year, THT 6th man. Naz Reid puts up a crazy stat line, wins DPOY Most Improved. And Jaden Hardy, Clutch Player of the Year, less than 40% from the field is absolutely wild. But it was Kelly Oubre who won the MVP. Christian Wood was on the All-NBA first team. You've also got Scoot Henderson as a rookie on that first team. And there's Markelle Fultz, who was also an All-Star captain. You see Andre Drummond on the All-NBA second team. You've got B-Ball Paul, Chet Holmgren, Jaden Ivey was also there. You got Emmanuel Quickley as well. For the third team, John Wall, he comes out of free agency and just starts hooping. Onyeka Okongwu, and Ben Thompson, Daniel Gafford, and D'Anthony Melton round out the third team. So what I've noticed here is you do have quite a few young players getting a chance to shine here in this video. DeLon Wright makes the all-defensive second team. Jordan Goodwin makes it. He's a solid defender in real life. One of the more underrated players in the NBA. Matisse Thybulle, not too surprising to see him here. And there's Chet Holmgren as well. Speaking of young players, Chet was getting some buckets and he won that DPOY award. So looking at the NBA standings, I do just want to take a quick look at the top 5 teams in each conference. You've got the Memphis Grizzlies. Derrick Rose was running the point guard there. The Clippers, yeah, they had some good role players. They were second. The Warriors were third. The Rockets were fourth. And the Pelicans found themselves in fifth. I didn't think that Pelicans team was too crazy, but they made some noise. The Pistons, first in the East. Sixers were second. Kelly Oubre Jr. was the MVP. The Knicks would get the third seed. The Hornets were fourth. There you go with John Wall. And the Wizards were fifth. All right, let's see how these playoffs go. Immediately in round number one thing that I'm noticing is we've got some upsets brewing. The 8-seeded Raptors might beat the 1-seeded Pistons in the Eastern Conference. They go ahead and do that. You also see the Pelicans win a 4-5 matchup. The Utah Jazz beat the 2-seeded Clippers there. The 6-seeded Magic end up beating the Knicks. But we do have one Game 7 between Philadelphia and Chicago here. Philadelphia led by the MVP of the league, Kelly Oubre Jr., but the Bulls have been given some comp here in the first round. We'll see if they can finish the job. But ultimately, it's going to be the MVP. Okay, it wasn't the MVP. He had a nasty game, but he was able to get out of there, man. They got the dub. Kelly Oubre Jr. is going to move on. The shooting splits in round 1, absolutely nasty from Kelly Oubre. But when Andre Drummond is leading guarding the opposing team, you might be able to get away with some bad shooting splits. In round 2, you've got the Orlando Magic and the Philadelphia 76ers. You also have Charlotte and Toronto. I think one thing you can immediately notice with this video is, yeah, these probably aren't the second round matchups we'll see in real life in this upcoming season. We've got the Pelicans and the Grizzlies, and then we also have the Golden State Warriors and the Utah Jazz. So what did I tell y'all about Kevon Looney? Don't want to underestimate him, man, but it looks like the Warriors could go down to Utah. Philadelphia is going to advance, so does New Orleans. The Jazz and Golden State are going to a Game 7 here in the Western Conference. The Jazz coming off of an upset against the 2-seeded Los Angeles Clippers, but it's going to be Golden State ending the Utah Jazz's run. It's Moses Moody with a 20-point game. I mean, the Warriors, they've got some solid role players, and those guys were able to get the job done. But we've got one more Game 7. It's between Charlotte and Toronto. And it's going to be the Hornets who come out on top. A 6-point win here. Brandon Miller immediately coming onto the scene as a rookie and leading his team to the conference finals. Thaddeus Young tried all he could, but it wasn't enough. And now we have the Hornets and the Sixers in the conference finals, and we've got the Warriors and the New Orleans Pelicans in the conference finals in the Western Conference. I'm excited to see how these matchups go. It's cool to see different players who aren't normally taken over in the sim taken over in this video. The Pelicans sweep the Warriors and make the finals, and then the Hornets go ahead and finish the job against the Sixers in 6 games, and they're in the finals. Najee Marshall is the Western Conference MVP, and Terry Rozier is the Eastern Conference MVP. Our NBA finals are set. Pelicans versus Hornets, a matchup that nobody would really expect for this upcoming season, but now, of course, things are different, and it looks like we've got a competitive one. The series is all tied up at 2 apiece, and in game number 5, we've got a close one. The Hornets are down by 4 here. Pelicans have the ball, but this game is definitely still within reason for Charlotte. Najee Marshall works his way to the basket. An open floater is good. Hornets are down 6 here. Terry Rozier looking for an answer. Rozier trying to get to the basket, but he's kind of getting clamped. He's going to pass it out to Miles Bridges. Bridges going to give it back to Rozier. Rozier, the 3 is up and it's off. No offensive rebound for Charlotte, and now they're down by 6. Desperately in need of a stop here as there's less than 2 minutes in the game. Jose Alvarado going to drop it down to Trey Murphy, the 3rd. Terrible interior defense there by Charlotte, and Nick Richards is going to give up a 2-pointer in the post. Now the Hornets are down by 8. They need a bucket. John Wall has it. Wall, he's going to pass it down to Miles Bridges. Bridges, with the shot clock winding down, is going to get a bank shot to go, and the Hornets are within 6. If they can get a stop here, they could be in business and try to make this comeback happen. Jose Alvarado is getting clamped by John Wall. He's going to pass it to Dyson Daniels. Daniels is getting clamped. Everybody's getting clamped for the Pelicans. And the Hornets are able to secure the rebound. And now they've got a real chance. They're going to give it to Brandon Miller. Less than a minute to go. The mid-range. A beautiful midi for Brandon Miller. And now the Pelicans, they're only up 4. This lead is going away quickly for New Orleans. Let's see if the Hornets can put together another stop. And John Wall is going to foul Jose Alvarado. Luckily for the Hornets, the Pelicans weren't in the bonus. But now Dyson Daniels is getting an open look from 3, and it's going to miss. The Hornets secure the rebound. They're going to go to Brandon Miller. Miller over to Rozier. He misses, but Nick Richards gets the offensive rebound, and just like that, the Hornets are within 2. They're going to have to foul here. Jose Alvarado is going to the line where he knocks down both, so the game is back to a 4-point game. But the Hornets, they're not going to give up yet. They give the ball to Terry Rozier. Rozier to a wide open Nick Richards. Nick Richards back-to-back big plays in clutch time. Hornets are going to send the Pels to the free throw line. Dyson Daniels knocks down the first one. If he misses one here, that'd be huge for Charlotte. And he's going to do exactly that. It was in and out. And the Hornets secure the rebound. Miles Bridges going to give it to Terry Rozier over to Brandon Miller. Miller, another mid-range is good. Brandon Miller with ice in his veins in clutch time. It is a 1-point game. And again, the Pelicans are at the free throw line. Jose Alvarado knocks down a couple more, and now the Hornets are down 3. They probably got to go for 3 here. Terry Rozier over to Brandon Miller. He pulls it. He misses. Nick Richards again out to John Wall, and Wall hits it. John Wall in clutch time to tie the game. A little over 3 seconds remaining. Do the Pelicans have an answer? Oh my goodness, Trey Murphy was out of bounds. Okay, the Hornets could win it here in a crazy turn of events. They're going to give it to Terry Rozier. Rozier, the full court shot, it missed. Oh my goodness, that would have been a wild ending. But in overtime, the Hornets, they're up 5. They're going to give it into John Wall. Wall has an open lane, and he's going to pull off a crazy reverse. This one is over. What a comeback for Charlotte. John Wall, 30 and 11. What a fun hop-in game that was. Probably one of the most fun hop-in games I have had on this channel. Now the Hornets are 1 game away from an NBA championship, and in game number 6, they're gonna finish the job. A huge win, winning by almost 40 points. Terry Rozier with a huge game. He drops 32. The Charlotte Hornets are NBA champions. And guess who won Finals MVP? John Wall. That's it for the video. Have a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe.